Oh, where's my brush? I need the brush. Hold on. Ings, I was trying to come I was trying to come live before, but the little app I was using, I used up all the minutes. So I said, let me see if I could record something, right? Well, YouTube let me know, Rasta, I don't think you want to do that. So I said, okay, let me end the live. So I just ended it. So I said, you know what? Let me come on anyway, because I know you guys miss me. I might do karaoke tonight, Ings, because it's Friday. I'm off until Wednesday. I go back to work, but school and so forth and so forth. I'm hungry. I went to the wash this morning. I was going to take you guys with me, but I said it's not necessary. It was just a little washing stuff because the washing machine and dryer is still not repaired. So I woke up early this morning. I washed my clothes and so forth, uniforms and so forth. And then I came home. I put away the stuff. I'm gonna fry some fish. And I bought a bottle of what am I to call it again? Oh Lord, my memory is just like it's old age. The Bristol Creek, the sherry thing, port wine. I bought a bottle of port wine. So we'll see. So anyhow, last night was very adventurous, and social media is talking about this process that's happening to an individual, and I'm not even sure if it's true, if it's fake, what the situation is, but you got to be careful with social media. They're very funny. They like to play games with people. I noticed that with social media. So, anywho, because it can happen to any one of us. But I don't know about that. But anywho, but when you're building content, you can build your content around the content, right? But you have to be careful what you do and what you say because right here on social media, you have the one individual who has been sued because of the things he said on social media. Now, I don't know if anybody else has ever been sued in this environment, the Jamaican community, but I suppose this individual, he now set a trend because now he's the first one, to have this happen. And it shows you it can happen when you talk too much. It's true. And you have all these naysayers and people, yeah, naysayers, right behind you, egging you on. Mhm. Then you end up getting sued because of the things that you're saying on a social media platform. And you see all that go. So just in case you have others who are out there, because losing your place of abode is not easy. It's not nice. Sorry, this thing is so greasy. It's not nice. It's scary, I suppose, because it hasn't happened to me. Um, and you wonder, how did you get, there? How did you get where you are now? Now, when you watch certain people, hi Debbie, hi Ingrid, my two little pickaninnies. When you're on social media, please like up the lives. I'm not going to be doing this with you guys because I'm not here to be screaming and jumping up and down like a gollywog. Which means if you don't like up the live, you need to get lost. I keep saying it. You can't come over here and don't like up the live. If you don't want to like it up, then I say give me a thumbs down, right? Because I don't know where they're here for. I don't want to like up the live. When I go on people's platform, as much as I might forget, I always make it my duty to go back and like the live because I know what it means. And you guys keep doing it. This is why I got to be brainwashing you guys. It works, but I got to remind you first, right? Okay, good. All right. So now, when you get to see an individual on social media who's very distasteful over the years, very distasteful, and then you get to hear, because you don't know if it's true, this is hearsay. I will say it's hearsay. And then you get to hear that, this individual is going through all these demises. Now, even through the demises, you observe there's no humility. The individual continues to bash, throw names, insult for nearly 5 hours sitting in their vehicle. And there's nothing but horribleness coming out of their mouth. Now, this individual, as reported, lives in Connecticut. So there's a rumor spreading. I say rumor. There's a rumor spreading on social media that this individual is on her way out of her place of abode. Now, I like to query into the reasons why things happen to people, right? More than you go around bashing them and doing your thing. Don't get me wrong. If you say something not nice, I'm going to say something not nice back to you. If you call somebody out and I hear it and I'm on a platform and we're all commenting, and then we hear you say all of the horrible things that you're saying, well, you know me, I'm a blabbermouth. I'm going to comment right back at you that you the same thing. And I don't care, right? Okay, good. All right. So now, if you're living in, this is America, so guys who might not be aware of the eviction processes that goes on in the US of A, and if you do and you're looking for a little information, here's the right place for it, right? Because there could be hundreds of people who's going through the eviction process right now today, and they're all over the US of A, and they handle things differently, because it's all individual cases. Now, if you are in Connecticut, a landlord cannot legally evict a tenant without cause. Legal grounds to evict include not paying rent on time. That's not really true. Staying after the lease ends, violating the terms of the lease, and committing illegal activity. Even so, proper notice must first be given before ending the tenancy. Now, you have grounds, okay? This is in the state of Connecticut. you have grounds. Now, one of the grounds is non-payment of rent. And the notice period is 3 days. Is it curable? Yes. End of no lease, 30 days notice period. Curable? No. Lease violations, 15 days. Curable? Yes. Illegal activity, repeat lease violations, 3 days notice. Curable? No. Now we go into eviction for non-payment of rent. In Connecticut, a landlord can evict a tenant for not paying rent on time. Because I don't pay my rent in time, and I live in Brooklyn, New York. Oh, yes, I do. Pay rent on time. What do you mean? On the first? Nah, we ain't doing that. So I suppose Connecticut's different. We in Brooklyn. We run shit over here. Anywho, let's get back to Connecticut before I'm next. You're right. I wish they would. Okay. In Connecticut, a landlord can evict a tenant for not paying rent on time. To do so, a state marshal, proper officer, or special appointed person by the court must first serve the tenant a 3 days notice to quit, which gives them an opportunity to pay the balance or move out. 9, it's not going to work. The brainwashing syndrome is going to happen again. We're not doing 9 to 22. We're not. We're not playing netball. We're not playing soccer. Okay, no, we're not. Okay, all right. So we're not doing 9 to 22. Log off, do whatever, and just up the thing and come back. I'm here. I ain't going nowhere. Let me see who they're here. Okay, my pickaninnies, they're all in the schoolyard. Yes, they are. Look at them. Ingrid, Mama, Debbie, Caribbean Honey Bee. Who else? Okay, everybody, they're here. Okay, the numbers went down, not up. Okay, you know what? Get lost. That's all you got to do. Because y'all ain't intelligent like me and smart. So on the count, watch to hear what me I say. What is smarter than the all out one? Because I'm not out here to go. No, I'm here to go over things intelligently. Okay, where were we? Eviction for non-payment of rent. Okay, we read that. Okay. We read that. Unless the lease states otherwise, rent is due at the beginning of each pay period and is considered late in Connecticut if it's not paid within 4 calendar days of the due date. You see, every state is different. In America, you got the 50 odd whatever states. Each one runs very differently. In New York, Brooklyn, right here where we live now, we're not doing this 4 day, 3 days. So, I mean, I think here it's the 15th. Anywho, and they're very flexible here, very flexible with how But in Connecticut, where you up there with the, blue bloods, hey, because I don't know why I live here, and you live right there where, please. Anywho. Unless the lease states otherwise, rent is due at the beginning of each pay period and is considered late in Connecticut if it's not paid within 4 calendar days of the due date for a week-to-week tenancy or written 9 calendar days of the due date for all other tenancies. So, for example, if rent is due on the first day of the month, it is considered late starting on the 5th calendar day of the month for week to week tenants, and on the 10th calendar day of the month for all other tenancies if not paid in full. If the tenant does not pay the balance due or move out by the end of the notice period, the landlord can move forward and file an eviction lawsuit. Now you have an eviction for no lease or end of lease. And you have an eviction for violation of lease or responsibilities. And you have eviction for illegal activity, repeat lease violations. Okay. Illegal evictions in Connecticut. In Connecticut, any of the below is illegal. Self-help evictions. No matter the situation, a landlord is not allowed to forcibly remove a tenant by changing the locks, shutting off utilities, removing tenant belongings, harassing the tenant. A tenant can only be legally removed with a court order obtained through the formal eviction process. If found liable, the landlord could be required to pay the tenant 2 months periodic rent or double the actual damages sustained, whichever is greater. The tenant may also terminate the lease agreement, and the landlord must return all security deposit funds plus interest. Hi, Bam Bam. We're just going over the eviction process. Now, number one, landlord serves notice to tenant. A landlord can begin the eviction process in Connecticut by serving the tenant with written notice. However, a state marshal, proper officer, or specially appointed person by the court must serve the 3-day notice to quit for unpaid rent and the 3-day notice to vacate for an incurable breach. Whereas landlords can serve the 15-day notice to comply or vacate for a curable lease violation as well as lease termination notices. Notices must be delivered using any of the following acceptable methods: handing the notice to the tenant in person, handing the notice to someone of a suitable age and discretion on the premises, posting the notice in a conspicuous place on the premises, such as the entry door. Did you see last night? Note, landlords should always keep the original signed notice and declaration of service as proof of proper service if the case proceeds to court. Now, you also get a 3-day notice to quit. In Connecticut, if a tenant is late on paying rent, full or partial, a state marshal, proper officer, or specialty appointed person by the court can serve them a 3-day quit, notice to quit. Now, If you don't have a lease, or you are a month-to-month leaser, you get a 30-day notice to vacate. The landlord can serve them a 30-day notice to vacate, to terminate the tenancy. This lease tenancy notice allows the tenant 30 calendar days to move out. Now, if you don't pay your rent monthly, the amount of notice does not change. Now, your 15-day notice to comply or vacate. In Connecticut, if a tenant commits a lease violation, the landlord can serve them a 15-day notice to comply or vacate. Now, step number 2, the landlord files the complaint in court. As the next step in the eviction process, Connecticut landlords must file a complaint in the appropriate court. In the state of Connecticut, the filing fee is $175. Payments must be made at the time of filing by cash or checks payable to clerk or superior court. The summons and complaint must be served on the tenant by the state marshal, constable, or other proper officers at least 12 days prior to the eviction hearing through one of the following methods. Nicola, did you get your stuff yet? Giving a copy to the tenant in person, or you leaving a copy at the tenant's usual residence. Did you get your stuff yet, Nicola? You know, Nicola's been ignoring me. It is important to note that Connecticut law does not require a copy of this summons and complaint to be mailed to the tenant if the copies are left at the tenant's residence. However, it does require a signature on the summons for the county clerk to record. So you gotta take it and sign it. 12 days. The summons and complaint must be served on the tenant at least 12 days prior to the hearing date. Step number 3. Connecticut tenants must file an appearance, or the court will issue a default judgment in favor of the landlord. An appearance is a written document that acknowledges that the tenant has received the complaint and is aware of the court case against them. If the tenant hasn't filed an appearance 2 days after the date listed on the summons, the landlord may request a default judgment against the tenant, meaning no hearing will be held and the court will order the tenant to move out of the rental unit. Tenants must also file a written answer along with the appearance. If the tenant wants a chance to object to the eviction, it's not enough for tenants to file an appearance with the court. If they want to attend the eviction hearing, they must also file a written answer. Tenants have 2 days after the date listed on the summons to file an answer. if there is no answer that is received by that date, but the appearance has been received, landlords must file a motion for default judgment, which is also served on the tenant. If the tenant still hasn't filed an answer to the complaint 3 days after the motion for default judgment is filed with the court, the judicial officer will rule against the tenant, meaning no hearing will be held, and the court will order the tenant to move out of the rental unit. If a tenant only files an appearance or only files an answer and not an appearance, the court will rule in the landlord's favor and the eviction process will continue. And number 4, the court holds hearing and issues judgment. A hearing will be held only if tenants file both their appearance and their answer, by the court ordered deadlines. The hearing will be held 7 to 10 days after the answer is received by the court. If the tenant fails to appear for the hearing, it will not be continued, and the judge will make a ruling on the eviction that day. If the judge rules that in favor of the landlord, a summary possession execution will be issued and the eviction process will proceed. Tenants will have 5 days to appeal the judicial officer's decision. If an appeal is filed, the eviction will be stopped until a final ruling is made on the appeal. Otherwise, the eviction process will continue. Number 5, a writ of execution is issued. The writ of execution is the tenant's final notice to leave the rental unit and allows them the opportunity to remove their belongings. That's why everything is in storage. Because if you were not going through all of this, you wouldn't be talking about how much things you have given away and the things that you put in storage. And we're wondering, why would you put your things in storage as much as you have a lot, but you got a small little dinky apartment over there it's just loaded with junk and boxes. So why would you put your things in storage when you're supposed to be looking a place to, pull over your head? The reason is because you got the writ of execution. So that means that's your final notice to leave. Angela, darling, right? That's your final notice to leave, and that's why you put your things in storage. That's all. You could deny, but that's what it is. The writ of execution is the tenant's final notice to leave the rental unit and allows them the opportunity to remove their belongings before the sheriff returns to the property to forcibly remove them. So that's why you had to remove your things and have nowhere to go. So you removed your things and you put them in storage because you're not ready yet, and just in case this happens, at least most of the things are out of there. So it's not like, it's happening, but then because you're on social media elaborating on things and you're telling your people stuff, the question is, if you're moving and you're doing your stuff and, we have to move, and all you do is get a rental truck and you throw everything in your rental truck and you go to your new place and you unpack and do the same thing again. But you don't, if you're moving, you don't put your things in storage. It makes no sense unless you I don't know. But you're supposed to move with your things where you're going to go live. So these are little things that you can observe to say, well, even though we're, I was wondering, but now I know why. The reason is because you got the writ of execution and the marshal is coming. Because if that was not the case, you would be up in there right now. Hi, Marvelous Tap starting. Yeah, right? If that was the case, you would be up in your room watching TV like you usually do and whatever, eating in the bed and doing your stuff. And you would be there comfortably, chasing off, cursing off, body shaming, doing the usual thing you do, eating, and laughing and giggling and cursing out people and saying no one's better than you. Everybody's just horrible and you are the big deal, right? That's what you would be doing. But no, you spent nearly 5 hours in your car. Now, I'm just going over this notice thingy because, again, like I said, there's a lot of people who, might be going through this situation also. And at least it will kind of give you a little info on what's next. Because the okay, there's a hierarchy, right? There's a hierarchy of life. And it's called, Maslow's hierarchy of needs, right? I mean, I learned this years ago in school, right? Maslow's hierarchy of needs. And 5 needs. And you know what the first need is? Having a roof over your head. Shelter. Yeah, I think love and affection, all that comes afterwards, yeah. Because if you don't have that, right, all of the needs below become affected. Everything. Good? Okay. So everybody needs a roof over their head. It no matter who you is. That's your shelter. And it's not nice to know, that's your shelter where you live, even though you've been, doing your thing, but now you gotta go. It's not, it's horrible. And then worse, if you're on social media revealing stuff to people, I'm not going to put up with 31 views and 14 thumbs up. No, because when uno dede I run off on the mouth, me not see no uno. But y'all can come over here and watch me and don't thumbs up the thing because y'all don't like me. But again, before y'all don't like me, remember say me say it first before. Say me not like no uno. Excluding my lifers. But remember, say, we set that the trend there. Say you can come over here, watch, make it a little whatever. But remember, say, we over here not like no uno either. So y'all don't need to do the thumbs up, do the thumbs down. We're gonna feel like. While I'm up here creating my content. We're not just jealous because we can't do it, create content just like what I'm doing with your brain. Yeah, I said it. What you gonna do? Am I begging you guys for anything? Super chat, this, that app, that, go, send me. So I should start. I should really start like everybody else. We need some money. I go and pin my number. Cash App. Zelle. With the next one, Carl. Okay, you got Cash App, you got Zelle. PayPal. Me never see I said to people love beg. It's very tiring. And strain on people for people to keep on. It's come on, it puts a strain on people. It really does. Because every time you feel like somebody gonna ask you for something. That's why I don't do it. I don't know. It's not necessary. It puts a strain. It's like you feel, Anywho. So yeah, so we should start though and strain hono. I love you guys. Shut up, Ingrid. Send me a cash. Yo, Ingrid, me want $50 in a super chat. I can't breathe. I don't even remember super chat. I don't even remember I have super chat. Please. Please. I don't remember stuff like that. That's the furthest thing from my brain. Now, where were we? Anywho, Ingrid. Now, so, okay, because we try to break down stuff. Okay. So now, because you got this writ, you're looking at it, you're like, oh my God. That means that I have to take out my things, then coming out. Oh my Lord. So now you got to move quick. You got to start shifting stuff. Because this got to be done before the sheriff returns to do it himself. Woo, that's heavy. Now, the writ will be issued at least 5 days after judgment has been entered in favor of the landlord. This means the tenant will have 5 days. There you go. November 30th, hold up. Okay, so November 30th. Wait, hold up, because we really don't know. Okay. If we continue to see her in, the environment, watching TV on the bed, wherever, that means she got up until Tuesday. I'm just saying. Okay, because it says, now, correct me if I'm wrong, because you... Son, go see what's up. Correct me if... Okay, I'll go. Correct me if I'm wrong. It says, the writ will be issued at least 5 days after judgment has been entered in favor of the landlord. I don't know why they keep ringing my bell. Listen, I hope it's for me. Because I never know what I'm going around. It better be for the rest. Thank you, darling. Thank you. Have a good weekend. See, I'm up there complaining and it's for me. Because I'm always opening the door for others. My ink for my printer. Okay. I'm glad it came because I got some work to do. All right. Okay, let me get back to where we were. I'm sorry, guys. Give me a minute. Oh, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Now, after the judgment has been entered, you got 5 days. This means the tenant will have 5 days to move out before the law enforcement delivers posts the writ on the premises. If the tenant remains in the rental unit after the writ is issued, possession of the rental unit will be forcibly returned to the landlord. So if it's not today or yesterday or whatever, if it's true at all, allegedly, I don't know. This is all social media news. It don't mean it's true. I don't know, right? I would say, okay, not yesterday, but Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, right? 5 days. Within those 5 days, anything is possible if you still up in other people then, please. Now, if you up in the people them place and they come tomorrow, you're out physically. That because you have nerve to turn up in other people them place and they give you 5 more there and you're still not gonna win. So last night I was exhausted. Yes, I'm not coming for, I'm just observing what went on. I'm not the only one, so don't come for the white hair lady again. Please, I'm begging you. I'm exhausted because I was watching you for nearly 5 hours and you just made me tired. And you went to the door. I never see you push the key. You say you have to pee, you need for beer, you need to do this, that, and the other. I'm sorry, there was a freeze. You went to the door. You said, see. Bob, give me this and me that. Okay. You said, you see anything? Okay. And then you made a U-turn and went back to the truck. I don't know. And then you went back and you sat in the truck. But you say you have to pee, beard, do this, do that, do this, do that. But you still make a U-turn from where you live and go back in your truck. So it's either you playing games with people. But this is what me I try to tell you, madam. My mother, she go up to the door, she opened the screen. Somebody said they see something, it happened too fast, I couldn't see because the way all she had moved, me couldn't see. And she said, you see, but that ear and this. So I figure, oh well, you know, she's going in. Oh no, honey. She made a U-turn and went back into the truck and spent the next hour. Then the man a call every minute because, like I said, she's staying with him. Because the way he was calling her all night, she know why. She knows she's going right over there now. Like I said, I knew it. When the live ended, she didn't end the live with her going into her apartment. She ended the live in the car. So it's either she playing games with people or it's the truth because her behavior has changed. And yam finelli 3 hours in the car. Madam, it shouldn't puzzle you. It takes common sense. We know her. It's not like we're trying to talk bad about her, but she talks bad about everybody else. But we watched her for nearly 3.5 hours. And when she went to her house, everybody was saying, okay, thank God. Thank you, Lord. I even typed. I was over there typing. Sorry. Sorry. Anywho. So when she went to the house, I said, oh shit. I said, let us all shut up because it's not true. And she moved so fast that when you saw her again, it was all dark. So I said, where's the electricity? Come and think she in at the house. And at the house, she in at the truck. Me say, what is this? Oh my God. 5 hours and you want pee? You want beard? You want to go lay down and you go take up a next bag and you start eat again? No, sir. Something wrong. I'm sorry. I've lost track. I shouldn't have even went. But I'm just saying. Okay, let's get back on track. I'm sorry, you guys. We're just comparing notes. I just got off track because we're just comparing this individual who claims that we're all crazy. It's not true, and we're gossiping and we're making up lies and stories. And we've been watching this individual for years in her little apartment, doing her karaokeing and cooking and all these wonderful things, and her galas and her this and her that and this, that. And now she's, progressed into, letting her followers know that she's moving or whatever it is, you understand. And we're just listening to whatever it is. And whatever it is now that we are hearing that she's had to, take her stuff and put them in storage and give away this and take away that and go away this and whatever it is. So now we're trying to figure out what's going on. So now Social media went ablaze, and now it's turned into this eviction process and moving and gotta leave and gotta this, whatever it is, you understand? So now we're trying to figure out, why would you put your things in storage if you're moving? Okay, so you're moving. And so now, whatever it is, we found out that, based on the laws over in her area, um, once you get the writ of 5 days, whatever it is, you understand, you got to go. So what she did, now we figured it out, because I couldn't figure out why you moving, but you're putting your things in storage. That don't sound like a big deal move, right? That sound like a backward ever move. So anywho, whatever it is, now we know why she had to make the quick move to get rid of the good shit and put it in storage, because she get the writ. Now we know she get the writ. Okay, so now we know she got the writ. The number 6 move is the possession of property is returned. Tenants will have 24 hours once the writ of execution is posted delivered to move out of the rental unit before the sheriff returns to forcibly remove them. So that means if it was yesterday, whatever time it is, whatever it is, then that means, you understand, it's either going to be today, right? If it's true, allegedly, I don't know. This is all social media mix up, right? Nonsense, which the Rasta shouldn't be in. But I'm trying to break it down in an intelligent way and go in, through the eviction process, rather than being mixy and messy, and mean spirited, right? Okay. So now we've come to, there's a however. Oh wait, hold up. No, but we know she did. Wait. Tenants will have okay. However, tenants may request a stay of execution not to exceed 6 months for all evictions except non-payment of rent, squatters, nuisance, and a serious nuisance. That means she would have been able to get an execution, a stay of execution, if she was paying her rent. But things happen, but she was paying, and whatever the situation is, right? No. Okay, for non-payment of rent, tenants may request a stay of execution not to exceed 3 months. And there's a enclosed note on what that means. Let me see what that means. Okay. Yeah, so it's just telling you what it means. Yeah. Okay, so it looks like in her case, she got the what the thing called? I'm trying to find it. Illegal. Okay. No, she got the quitting. Yeah, she got the no, not that. She got the step 2. I think it's number 5. It's a long process. Yeah. She got the writ of execution. And when she got the writ of execution, that's when she had to put everything in storage. Right? And that would be, say, like 5 days in. And she already got, knowledge about what's going to happen, right? So she quickly moved on that one, and she put everything in storage because she's not apartment ready. And even if you're not apartment ready, but you're planning on moving, why is it you got to move from where you are? Okay, so hurriedly. Why is it you're not able to plan and say, well, I gotta save up XY amount because by this, I have to move because my things them in at this storage and I want to hurry up so we can take them out and whatever. It just doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because you are creating more of an expense because now you got to pay for storage. So how does this make sense? And that's not cheap. Storage is not cheap in America. So who are you fooling, lady? Oh my God. Listen, okay, I'm going to share the secret. I don't like to be selfish, but when I discover stuff, I just run for it. I ain't got to tell nobody. But because y'all are so like, you got to use your brain on social media, boo boos. Let me tell you. So, like I said, those little things I've been throwing up, those little videos and stuff. Okay, that's a little technology that I've been using. But what I've discovered is this. I hate telling you guys this stuff, but I'll tell you anyway. Whatever. All right. Okay, if you make shorts, like the shorter your live is, like if I make a live like this and it's less than 10 minutes, if I make shorts and stuff, you could make a short about drinking a cup of coffee with a little music behind it. You could make one video, but it has to be original. Something that you could, even if it's like a video of the trees changing color, but that's your video, right? They're just all these beautiful colors, yellow, green, all different colors of the rainbow. This is in America, right? Because everything's changing, right? And you make a nice, say, 6-minute video of all the different colors of the trees and stuff, and you post that and just leave it. That increases your ad capability because then seeing, oh, but this is nice. Let me put, okay. Right. And then you get ads and you get more. So the more you throw up there, it's the more ads you get. Yeah, chat. But you gotta pull up these little shorty things, nothing long like a live video like this one, right? But little short things and just throw them up there. Me say madam, mad out. He don't miss nothing. She. I'm not sure if you're he or she, but you don't miss nothing. That's what you got to do. You got to be smart. Okay, so that's why I went on this other app and I created my own videos. And once I put those videos up with the cake baking and the rum cake and the black cake and the athletic and the what else, the travel agency, you should see how much that's increased my threshold. Uh-huh. Yes, so you got to be inventive on social media. It can't just be about the same thing over and over again. You got to throw up other things, even if you think that people are going to be like, oh, what is? It's not for you. Don't you get it? It's not for you. Mixy and messy and all these other things is for you. This right here is for others. Let them watch the nicotine them. That's what it's about. If you want to watch one, if you don't want to watch one, but you watch my matter, I'm just going to leave it there. Just going to leave it, and you're going to see the views increase. Watch, and it's not going to be anyone from over here. I'm telling you. I'm telling you. It's not going to be from it's going to be from other people's all over the place saying, what is this cake thing here? What was she making? Some icing? Oh, that Jamaican black cake. Let me see. Oh, that looks good. You know, those are the people. Get it? It isn't us. Oh, she put up something with some athletic Jamaican chicken. Oh, she did this video herself. Oh, okay. Oh, well, they're talking about that one. Okay, Jenica Jericho, whatever her name is. Okay, good, yeah. And the travel agency. Oh, this is a travel. Oh, let me see the travel agency thing. Oh, this is good. Oh, okay. I kind of like that little video with the travel. Yeah, those people are the people you're trying to get. Other people, because they like stuff like that. They like to watch little stuff like that. So that's how you get stuff rolling. You understand? Yeah. So there's things you can do. I'm telling you, it works. I'm proving it. So it's not about you being on social media 24 hours a day. No, no. Throw up a couple of those, and I'll talk to y'all later. Be like, where the Rasta there? But I'm see how them thing, yeah. How she just post these things? Oh, I know what I'm doing. You ain't got to see me, but you'll watch this. And if you don't want to watch it, somebody else will. Real talk. And you just sit there and let it grow. Oh, I'm watching. Oh, I'm being very informed. But I don't mind sharing for a fee of cash up. You understand, Ingrid? This is what it's not that I want to say, but this is what I'm trying to show people. People like to talk about us like we some ding dongs. No, we're not. No, we're not. We're very intelligent people. So you get to show them, because then all they got to say is, oh, Shadow. Yeah, that's right. There you go. Oh, what kind of fool thing this she put up? Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Oh, she try prove. Thank you. Thanks. What she try. Don't wonder what I'm trying to do. Don't. Just look at the ads. They don't get it, right? So, watch no face. That's what I'm trying to show you guys. The dirty Rasta, the imposter, the weed smoker. Oh, if you smoke weed, you're not going to get no ads. Lies they tell. Who not get no ad because they smoke weed? You remember the little comment homie made? I don't know if it's a man or a woman. And I had to let you know. I said, well, look, I'm not doing this for ads, right? You remember all these little comments? Because this is what people do. Rasta, yeah. They act like like they're more wise and wittier. No, we are wise and wittier. Because everything them say, me I show you, say Rasta run things round here. Play what music, karaoke what? Have I taken down my... No, I'm doing karaoke tonight because I know what's up. I just won't get no money for it. But you okay, Rasta? Don't just leave it. Leave it. You good. You good, girl. Thank you, YouTube. Thank you. I don't have to delete it. No, girl, you good. Go ahead. You just ain't gonna get no money from it though, because you don't listen. Okay, YouTube. Thank you, baby. You can't play music on YouTube. Yeah, that's if you want to get money. For what you're doing. Just okay. It ain't that serious for me. I would rather sing. But it's not a big deal. So listen to these people. 3/4 of them are haters and watchers. Abjects and rejects. And of course, what? Stagnant. So we show them, say we're not stagnant as much as they throwing daggers and saying all this nonsense. We show them y'all don't know what y'all talking about. There you go. Yeah, that's all. And what I'm trying to show is that you don't just depend on us, to get things going. You do things where others will want to see. Now, if we're talking the Jamaican stuff, they'd be like, oh, Lord, she's talking about the Jamaican thingy. So, you know what? Let's come back when she's doing something else. That's all. Now, when I'm doing something else, I get more. This is social media. Now, that was all Madema Maddout's fault. And that's all I'm going to say. Okay. So now, once you've done that, and you've exhausted all of your appeals and stuff, in Connecticut, now we're not being messy, we're just going over intelligently the process, because social media is off the chain with this eviction thing. So you got a lot of people who might be going through the same thing. And again, we turn things into positive. We don't continue trying to be negative, because the information could help somebody, give them a little time to get themselves together and so forth and so forth. So it's also important that we share positive information so you don't get called an imposter. Because when you show videos of baking cakes, they ain't got nothing to say about that. I don't even think they watch that, because you being an imposter. So you know what? Watch the ads. Now, in Connecticut, an eviction can be completed in 4 to 7 weeks, but can take longer depending on the reason for eviction, whether the eviction is contested, which days courts are in session, and other various possible delays. Below are the parts of the Connecticut eviction process outside the control of landlords for cases that go uncontested. And then they got a flow chart of the process. Wow, oh my God. Landlord files complaint, the judgment, the tenant wins, then that happens. If the tenant doesn't win, you get the writ of possession. You get 5 days. This is beautiful. And then if the tenant remains in the rental unit, then they're forced out by the law enforcement. And you got 20, and the process is over. Now, all of these fees cost $355, right, to get you out in Connecticut. $355. Wasn't that good? Yeah, so that's it. How can I help you? Huh?
I need a box of plastic gloves.
Listen, I'm charging you people for stuff because you can't be. How you know I got? Listen.
Are you a nurse? You can't touch people without the obvious. Listen, how much I'm charging for?
Well, I got them from Amazon, so like $20. I'm home, Debo. Leave me alone. I'm home. I'm home. Want some gloves, these people. Yeah, so I just wanted us to go over how things are done differently in America, and how each state governs themselves completely different than each other. They got different laws, rules, regulations, so forth and so forth. In Brooklyn is a complete different process. And sometimes when they do the evictions, the reasons the marshals come, marshals have guns and so forth, is because you got some people who ain't trying to leave. true. You got some people who just ain't. I'm not going. It's true. And that's where you see them get pulled out. Oh, look at I told you guys with this brainwashing thing. You might say I'm cool in the beginning. Look, there she go again with the thumbs up. But it's true. You do it, you see how effective it is. Look into the light bulb and it works. It does. Just keeps it works. Oh. Oh yes, it does. Actually, that's what they said. Hold on, Joan darling. Oh yes, it do. Because what happens is it's when you're going to, okay, I remember reading it because my brain is getting clearer because I'm in school. Yeah. Good question, Joan. Okay, yes, it does. Because there's a search tool. And that search tool, when you want to go rent somewhere, they have a tool that they look and it comes up. It could be 5 years, 10 years, whatever. Now it would be up to them to say, well, this was 5 years ago. What happened? Things happen. And that's where you get screwed because now it's left up to this individual to, well, what, I don't think so because and that's it for you. So yes, it affects you. Yes. Credit wise, yes. Because you're a risk. Mhm. So if you don't have stability, where every minute you have to pack up and go along. No. I live in an apartment, right? In a private house. The only time I plan to move out of here so is when I move into my own house, before I go, at least my kids will have it afterwards. But I've been living here a hot minute. Late rent, no rent, pay rent, this rent, that rent, do. My landlord, she know me. We have a relationship. She knows what's up, right? So, but in a case where you don't pay, who is you? Because you can work with your landlord. You can work with look. I'm gonna give you this week, and I'm gonna give you that, and I'm gonna give you this, that, and you can. They work with you. They do. Once they know you all right and you good and everything, they work with you. So all of that is a load of BS. You on social media calling people names, doing all kind of nonsense, and you ain't paying your bills. And that's why you're in the situation now where your things are in storage and you think it's cute. And meanwhile, there's no humility going on with you whatsoever. You continue with the same behavior. I don't know. Marvelous Taps. It's going to be difficult for her to rent an apartment anywhere she goes. This is definitely bad for her unless someone is renting her a room in their house. And this is exactly where she's going to go back to square one, or in a shelter she go. Olivette, Smelly, she went from apartment to shelter, and now she's back. And I'm happy for her because she went through a lot. She went through a lot. And the reason she ended up that way was to save her sanity. She made a sacrifice, right? So she ended up in a shelter. Everybody was saying, oh, Lord, but look, she's back into her own place now, and sky's the limit. Good? Okay. So I got to say. Now, this one right here, she has no humility. Angela Lewis, darling. Joan. Joan? No. That was when? Recently? But you see, this is what me I talk about. This is what I'm saying. You can't expect to live somewhere, even because when if you're a landlord, you work hard to own this property, and if you got tenants who refuse to pay rent, they're freaking you over. And the monies that you're supposed to gain from it, you're losing. So no, Joan, I didn't. That might be news for tomorrow, girl. That's scary. But landlord, no sir. She's still in the house. Are you sure she's in the house? She might be in somebody else's house or a hotel room or something. No, no. We'll see. But anyhow, Arlene, hi, darling. Gloria, my love. Marvelous taps. It's going to be difficult for her to rent an apartment anywhere she goes. This is definitely bad for her. And exactly. Healing souls. Hi, sweetheart. Yes, it does, Joan. On your credit, it goes. Your rental credit. Yes. They talk too much and don't listen, so they can't hear. Exactly. They just don't. Listen, Ingrid, that's the first thing I said. I said, I bet you they think it's me trying to make some rum cake. That's what I'm trying to show you. The imagination part. This is what I'm trying to show you. I wish I could make a rum cake and ice a cake. But it's just to see how others do stuff, right? So those are one of the videos that's generating ads and stuff. Get it? So those are the things that I'm doing. But no, girl, I can't even whip up cream and lotion, much less freaking make cake. You stay there. That was funny. That was funny, Ingrid. Yes, marvelous taps. Oh, yeah. I said nothing. Arlene, hi, sweetheart. Madam Amado, Ingrid. Just want to make sure I don't miss no one. Caribbean, Honeybee. Yeah. Yes. Debbie, darling. Color girl. I love you guys. Mary Ryan. Hi, sweetheart. Hi, Mary. Madam Amado. Hey, Debs. Um, I just want to make sure I got everybody right, because So yeah, hi Nicole. I was asking Nicole a question. She not answer me out yet. What? Yeah, she ignoring me. I don't know. Nicole, I asked you, did you get your package? Is this the right Nicola? It better be. Because she just not paying me no mind. I don't understand. What did I do? Anyway, whatever. Hi, Bams. Hi, Doxy. Nicola, you're making me feel bad because you're ignoring me. And I don't know if I did something, said something, but you're here, so it have to be good. So whatever. Perhaps I don't know. Yeah, so it's only me throwing up ideas on social media, and then you guys see what's up and what can be done, other than us just going over the same thing over and over and over and over and over. It gets monotonous, it gets boring. And when you see other women who are so hateful towards other women who are doing their thing, and you got this one particular woman who's right there in Connecticut, and she's the worst of them all. And again, when you take something, like if I could turn one of my oils into dirty rasta oil, I would, but that wouldn't say. But you got to learn to take the negative and turn it into positive, right? And that's how you kill people. And then they get all angry and want to take ownership of this, that, and the other, and that, this, and the other. No, no. I go to parties where they say cheap and clean, wear your best cheap and clean outfit. That's, you know, that's a phrase that's kind of, worldwide, Jamaican wise, because we come up with these kind of titles and so forth. There's no ownership on that there one day. So yeah, when you can, take these negatives and turn them into positives, it just makes the person more angrier, as you can see. And they're in no better position. They're not even in the position of the person who they are slandering and, demeaning and all these horrible things. And they don't look at themselves in the mirror. They don't look at themselves in the mirror and see this. Something's wrong. So, oh, it's empty. The closet door open and empty. Okay. But this is the thing, and she's making it sound like it's an inconvenience for her that she got to move. No, it's an inconvenience for the landlord that can't pay her mortgage because you don't want to pay your rent, because you want to be on social media 24 hours a day, body shaming people and keeping garters you can't afford, and you're not paying your rent. And you're taking vacations that, people are paying for, and you curse off everyone, me, myself, and you have a deplorable behavior. And any chance anyone gets on social media to expose your behavior, this is what we do. And in my case, I'm just doing a educational piece on evictions and how they affect you. And I, actually picked a state which is closer to me because I live in Brooklyn, New York, right? So I said, let me go somewhere else. So I went to Connecticut, because there they have different laws as opposed to New York City. So I was just comparing the laws of, in Connecticut, how they are very different than the eviction laws in New York City. Rowena, bless up your nice, good, clean self. And yes, she needs to go work, but she, can't work because she's on disability because of her back. And she she doesn't put her money to use. And this is what I've been saying, and this is what the problem is. When you see people put their money to use, it makes one's upset. It makes other women upset because they're looking at the money around you, on top of you, below you, on you. They're looking at it. Meanwhile, you got women who mind man. So you'll never see what their money does for them. But you will see the man looking like $1 million, and he looks fantastic and clean and nice and and it's, it is another, usually in the Jamaican culture, it is a woman's money doing that. Unless he has a good job, and because plenty Jamaican men have them job and look nice and wherever, yes, they do. You got to give them credit for that. But when you don't put your money to use, you won't see anything. And you're getting a clear-cut visual of an individual who's not putting her money to use. And when she sees another individual who's making batches of cakes, which means money, they get upset. all of them, including the non cupcake baker. I hope you liked the video. I hope you watched the video, non cupcake baker, of the content that I put up with icing the cakes and you know, making the cakes and so forth and so forth, because I wanted you to see that we do involve ourselves in other content. I just hope that you watched it so you don't be disappointed. Right? You might get some tips too. But MC Joan, she has her own fame. She doesn't see it. She has her followers, even though they're not supportive. But it's her behavior that they love. Which video, baby? It's her behavior. They like the entertainment of her cursing and saying she's the best and everybody else is below her. And they like that entertainment. Right? Remember that. When she was doing her comedy and her karaoke and her cooking, that's when she's at her best. She's very entertaining, but then she gets caught up in others because she's jealous of them. And when she sees others are thriving and growing and producing, they're thinking of money. And US dollars is completely different than Jamaican dollars. But again, you liked it, right? I liked it. But you see, the app, I got so excited, I used off the whole 50 minutes, and that's $20. So now I have to wait until the end of December unless I upgrade to the $50 one. You know what? No, we're going to wait. So this is the thing. Even though I'm trying to say I want to put up more videos, the idea is no, wait now. You got to wait, Rasta. So while I'm waiting, you watch those videos generate more views. Not from you guys, but from other people, right? So, you know, this is how it goes. So I can leave them there and let them just do their thing, just be there. Because it's something different, you know, than the rest of the other, you know, content where everybody knows. Let me see what she's talking about. How she doing that shit. Let me leave her alone. Yeah. It just piques the curiosity. Thanks, Rowena. It was nice, right? It was. It was good. It was. Yeah, so, and this is what they don't get. So I don't appreciate when people say who's getting paid and who's getting this and who's defending who. And nobody don't send me to defend nobody. Nobody not send me if I got talk for nobody. Nobody's having a conversation with me and, you know, directing me what to say and what to do and what the topic is and so forth and so forth. No. Again, this is free will. You see something, you hear something. What did they say? If you see something, if you say, right? You talk about it because it's not pleasant. And why are you saying this about this individual on a continuum and the individual is just doing just the usual everyday thing and that's it? Very visible. What's the situation? You're just jealous. Thank you, Rowena. You see what I'm saying, Rowena? That's what I'm talking about. Even though you might think people won't like these things, stop doing things for people. Do it because you want to present content that you know will be appreciated by others. Don't be afraid to explore outside of the box because you'll get stagnant. So you'll be able to draw others to say, what's this? Oh, there's an ice cake thingy here. Oh, it might be short, but you know, it's soothing, it's calming, it's relaxed. Even my son watched it. He was eating something. He said, oh, he's eating, and he was watching it. You know, so, you know, it's good. So we have to be creative. That's what I'm saying. Creativity. Don't be afraid to be creative. Find that creative niche and get these apps where you can do stuff. Don't be cheap. You see, if you put a little money in, the rewards are great. You get more out of it because you get more, like you said, ads and that did, and then it becomes a time where you're generating these funds and you're not doing a thing. Not doing a thing. You just look and say, "Wow, that's how much I made." Oh, wow! And it's an old video. If you watch those videos, that people put up. It's raining. Just rain. Look how much views they get. Just rain. Just rain. I watched the video for 3 minutes with hurricanes and tornadoes. I nearly lost my mind. You know how much views those videos get? And they just there. And some people just like to watch some tornadoes and hurricanes. You just leave it there and all kinds of people watch it. That's the idea. Okay, guys. Now I'm going to go because the time is nigh where you're going to get the YouTube traffic coming on. Everybody's going to be on, blabbing and carrying on. So I don't want to take up any space. But I just wanted to, again, yes, madam and madam, it's the truth. I'm just trying to show how you can be creative on YouTube as much as, one's want to think, why is she doing this? So what do you want me to do? Labba labba every day? No, we're not after labba labba every day. Show some creativity and see what happens on social media when you show creativity. Other than the same and all of that, we already know what's going on. It's tiring. It's just horrible. And the less we engage in it, the better it is, because everyone's saying everybody has a right to live and make money and this that, but everybody has a right to live. Everybody has a right to have a business. Everybody's supposed to have a right to generate their dollars on social media. Everybody. But in our Jamaican community culture, what we do as everybody people, we take one target, and we women take the one target, the one EM, the one whatever, and we concentrate upon that. They want that somebody fit. So everything that person do, you become consumed with it. You become obsessive. It becomes an obsession because you have a business. Everybody have their business, but yet you're watching one person every day who's doing their business. I'm on a week's vacation. I'm not doing anything other than schoolwork and relaxing my brain. Good. That's all I'm doing. And relaxing. It's just wonderful. But other than that, I got things to do. But I don't have time to be watching somebody for 24 hours a day, 365 days a year, to the point where I am obsessed with them, angry. And this woman to woman thing, where we get angry at each other, if it's not checked, it gets out of control. Good? Okay. So, make nobody come intimidate you as a woman and make them feel like they can continue to intimidate you and get away with it. No, you throw your daggers as well. Because if it's just about upward moves, and if it's about a woman who's, progressing, why are other women so angry and bitter about it? Why are other women concentrating on hows and whys? And because I heard homegirl, the one that responded right with her comments, saying she was wishing or asking why it's not her. She's the one that needs to be on a billboard. Yeah. I said, wow, look at that. Now, one of her viewers, right, said to her, how much do you think that would cost? Now, I don't think that she realized that if you do want to have yourself or product on a billboard, you could pay for it. But do you have the money to do that? It can be a small billboard on the train platforms. They have them all over the place. But will you invest your money in that? When it comes to my oils and stuff, I will when it's the right time and I have the money to do it. Yes, I will. Because thousands and hundreds and thousands of people take the train. And when you look up, you see all these advertisements. And I used to work in advertising, right? And I know how it goes. You have a yearly prescription, a 6-month prescription, whatever, whatever, whatever. And once you pay that off and so forth, then it's highlighted, right? Yeah. So there's a lot of things you can do other than being jealous of people. And that's where you put your money where your mouth is. And with creativity, you're supposed to be able to use social media and reinvent yourself. Learning how to get to the next, you know. So this is what I'm exploring. Yeah, they have imaginary business. I have a profession. I do. I have a profession. I have a little oil business on the side, but I don't go. That's not my business. Oh, me have me. No, that's not how I. That's not how I generate income that I could live on. No, my oil business is not there yet. It's young, it's new, it's fresh, it's green. It's COVID 19, 20, 21, 5 years, right? Since it's been in production, since it's been online. So I say it's been online 3 years. It's been very slow. But that's how it goes when you're doing your business, but you got to keep on expanding on it. So, me now, because I have my profession I'm doing, I can only expand on that oil business in small doses. I don't have a problem with that because then, you know, as you're expanding, anything can happen within the expansion. I began with just oils. Now I can start with scented oils. I don't know what happened to Nicole. Mm. And then you can start with the lotions, the creams, and the shampoos. Anything can happen. Anything. Yeah, so with that, I always love you guys. I don't want to overdo it. But yeah, I hope you get something out of this presentation and where my brain is at. Yes, I've imaginary business, Ingrid, and then Anon, because again, if you're all over the place, so you're doing business from your car, it's everything is just doesn't look right, and then you want people to respect your business, but your business is scattered, right? Like you, from the car to the street to the this, from the back of the car to the whole heap of bungle down backyard, dig up things. It looks like you're living in your car because you're forever digging and reaching for stuff. And all you hear is crinkling of the bags and all kind of carousing. No, sir. It's just very sad. And within all of that, you still have time for your cost people. No humility. None. And I'm watching, oh yeah, you, Miss Lady. I'm gonna say stuff while I remember, because when you get older with white hair, as it get to your brain and you forget it, it gone forever. So now like when me remember me, I gotta talk about it. Okay. You have a history of transporting a product that got you incarcerated and you spent time, right? But at the time you were doing these acts, right? You didn't think of the harm that it would be doing to others, right? And when I hear you people slandering weed and calling it all kinds of names and acting holier than thou about weed and calling it drug and nasty and dirty, and you don't smoke and you don't want to indulge it and you just that and I don't get myself in these situations and I don't do this and I don't do that. But when you was doing these activities, right? These chemical transporting, right? You didn't think of the damage that it was going to impose on the streets when others took that product. You didn't care at the time, right? You didn't care at the amount of lives it would hurt, harm, or destroy. You wasn't thinking of that at the time. But now that you've spent your time, you want to come out here and sound holier than thou when you were contributing to the destruction of lives because you were aiding in helping to transport these chemical products where once they hit the streets, they would do more harm. And that's your contribution to society. But you want to come out now and act like you're holier than thou? That's why you'll always be reminded. So don't come out here and act like you're some perfect somebody. Because the criminal aspect of it is that you were not thinking of the harm that would come to people once you finished your transaction and you got it to where it needed to go. And once it gets on the street, you contributed to that. All of the shooting and the killings and all of that, you were a part of that. So you need to talk about that, young lady, old lady, middle-aged lady, whatever you is, lady. You understand, Rowena? So you shouldn't point fingers, right? Because like I said before, you're not rehabilitated. You're not, because the things that you say, and you forget why you were locked up. And you forget the harm, the violence, the gang warfare, everything about the streets of New York City. You contributed to all of that when you decided that you was going to be one of their what? Mules. And you didn't care who it hurt or who it affected because of your own socio-economic status. Like them would say in Uno language, hungry belly. Don't forget I was born in England. Okay, so when you come in and writing your comments and having these things to say about this, that, and the other, and you're disappointed, I'm disappointed in you. Mhm. I smoke a little ganja. That's it. Nothing else. The herb of the fields. Good. I mean, I hide it either. As old and grey as me is, I mean, I tap. That's all. And I drink a little red wine here and there. But my brain and head is clear. Was I couldn't come on live and do this and smoke on top of it. Because you all say when people smoke weed, they high and they this and they that and they this, that. Me not smoke weed, forget high. That's an insult to me. All the meds. Anywho, let me go. I love you guys. Rowena, bless up your good self. Ingrid, my darling, madam and madam. I'm going to come back later, Ings, and do some karaoke because it's Friday. I got the red wine waiting. I'm going to go make the fish and stuff like that, and we're going to sing tonight. I might do some reggae. I'm getting tired of the R&B. But just write down what you want me to sing because we're going to hang out tonight. Because after this is it for me. I got to hit the books. Gloria. So I hope you guys are edified and we had a wonderful little session today. Yes, we did. My eyes starting to bother me again. You can see that. Yeah. Okay, Joni and everybody. So let me go. I just wanted to make sure that I hit on certain topics and so forth and so forth. So we did our presentation on the eviction process. Not that it's meant for anybody in particular, but you got various people who might be going through a situation. And it's always good to share the information as much as it's, sensitive, but we're not being mean. We're just exploring, the facts. And because I live in New York City, you got different eviction rules and laws that apply to different states. So with that, I gotta go because I gotta get ready for tonight. Karaoke take over.